It's hard for me to get it all in, but I bought 8 balls of yarn from ALDI for £1.29 a ball. I'm going to take you down and we'll see what we think of it. Hello there, it's Ashley here from One Stitch After Another. I'm coming on with a fairly quickish one today. It's not a podcast, but I thought you might be interested to know, if you're in the UK, ALDI have got a special on at the moment. Lots of crafting products, but there's all this beautiful yarn. And it's only £1.29 a ball. I was busy yesterday. I was in London at a teaching conference, so I knew that I wouldn't be able to get there and snap up the bargains. So I sent my long-suffering hubby up the road, made him a little list, and I just thought we'd have a look and see what the quality's like. Now, if you've been with me a little while, or if you have watched my other channel, Paper and Twine, you will know that I'm a little bit of a yarn snob. I am indeed. And this is not the kind of yarn that I would normally buy, but I thought we'd do a little bit of an experiment and have a look at the quality of it. So the first thing, I asked him to get me a ball each of some of these colours in the double knit yarn. So I went for the blue, I went for the green, I went for the turquoise, and I went for the cream. There are 300 metres per 100 gram skein. Let's look at the turquoise colour. Yes, hubby had a little bit of problem finding the turquoise colour in the huge bin that the yarn was tipped in. And as you can see, it's quite loosely plied. It is 100% acrylic. I wouldn't normally use acrylic, and I wouldn't normally use double knitting yarn either. The light is very bad. I do hope you'll excuse me. It's a beautiful sunny day, but the sunlight is coming in. Let me just see if I do that, if that's going to make any difference. Just bear with a minute. A little bit better maybe. Yes, so it's quite soft, but I have felt acrylics softer, and you can see that it's pilling a little bit. Yes, so we'll see how we get on with that. I'm going to cast on a little bit and we'll see how we go. But £1.29, I mean, if you're doing knitting for hospitals, blankets or baby items, I think, you know, this would be ideal. And I know that people like acrylic because it's very durable and easily washable, isn't it? Just feeling the strength of that. And you know, if you're knitting for premature babies or for angel babies, £1.29 a ball. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. And then I got 2 balls of this that I've taken the ball band off because I need to go back to that actually. It does say this is the pink baby yarn. It is 95 metres, 100 grams, and it's a chenille type yarn. It's 100% polyester, and it is made in Turkey, this particular one, I believe. No, this was made in Turkey. This is made in China. Can I see? I can't see. Yes, but I'm pretty sure that this is made in China. And it's quite a nice feel to it, but there is a pattern included to make a baby blanket, and it says that you need 400 gram balls of the chenille yarn and an 8mm knitting needle. Yes, so we're going to have a go at that in a moment. And then I got 2 balls, the other one's just rolled away somewhere. I got 2 balls of this baby yarn. Well, this is classed as baby yarn, and this is classed as rainbow ombre yarn. And on the ball band, it suggests that you use a 6mm needle, and on this ball band, it suggests that you use a 6mm needle. This is a bit flatter and reminds me a little bit of a pipe cleaner. You know how in a pipe cleaner you get the wire and then you get the tufts either side of it? This feels a little bit like that. And on here, I couldn't feel the core as readily. But yes, it's very, very soft, 100% polyester. So I'm going to go away, do a little bit of casting on and come back and show you what I think of how the yarn handles. So it's a little while later now, and I've just done a little test swatch with this, and it is a little bit rustic on the fingers, this yarn, for me, because I'm not used to knitting with acrylic, and I've had to pay attention that I don't split the yarn. But I think actually the stitch definition isn't too bad. I'll give you a little look in a minute. So I know it's not a cable needle before you all shout at me, but it's just what I had to hand quickly. And I have to say, I do like the colours that this double knitting comes in. And I was having a think about who it would be suitable for this yarn. So obviously I've said that it would be great if you're doing charity knits. I think it would also be really good if you are a beginner and you're learning to knit and you don't want to spend a lot of money. And I also think it would be really good if you if you're a primary school teacher and you want to start a knitting club and teach young children how to knit. If you're a parent and you've got a child who wants to learn to knit or is knitting, I think that this would be a really good purchase. I don't think that I would knit myself something in this. I don't think I'd want to wear this next to my skin. That being said, in the ball band, I ripped it. There is a pattern for a poncho, and it takes 4 balls of this double knitting. So what's that? £1, £4, £5.30. Does that sound about right? £5.30 to knit a garment. And again, you know, you could knit it and donate it to charity, homeless shelters, whatever, you know. I think that would be really good. And it's astounding that you can knit something for less than the price of a cup of coffee. I know £5 odd is more than a cup of coffee, but if you had 2 of these and you're knitting something for a baby, less than a cup of coffee. Now, this yarn here, the pattern that came with it is for a blanket. Very simple blanket, knit 7, purl 7 on the first row, purl 7, knit 7 on the other row. And yes, I've just experimented with this a little bit. Out of the yarns, I think that I actually would purchase this. It's got a very nice feel to it, although I am reluctant to buy a man-made yarn that I know has been made with a lot of oil, because it's not as sustainable perhaps as a natural fibre. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this has got a nice feel to it, and I think it would make a lovely, lovely baby blanket. And the pattern calls for 4 balls of this, and it also said to knit on 8mm needles in the pattern, whereas the ball band says to use 6mm needles. Now, I don't own 8mm needles. I think it's the one size that I haven't got. I'm just going to get to the end of my row and then show you what I've attempted to do with this. But this is so soft, and I think it would be lovely to knit a baby jacket in it. It would be lovely to, as I say, knit a blanket in. That's the wrong side. This is my right side. So I don't have 8mm needles, as I just said, but I did have 9s. So I cast on 21 stitches and did this section here with 9mm needle, and I did the knit 7, purl 7, knit 7. Now there are some little bits of loose stitches. Whether that would sort itself out with a bit of blocking, I don't know. It is quite a kind of lightweight fabric here, and I don't know whether I like it. I also don't think that this fabric is suited to texture. I think you need a stocking stitch. So I did some stocking stitch here. I changed my needle here actually to 6mm, and I think that gives a better fabric. And you can see I've just done a stocking stitch here. And actually the reverse side looks quite nice. But yes, as I say, a little baby blanket, a little baby jacket. There's a whole nice range of colours available. And out of the yarn, I would definitely purchase this again. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And if you found any value in this video, please do like, share and subscribe. So finally, here is my little swatch. You can see that there is quite good stitch definition, but I think my verdict is still the same. I would purchase the chenille yarn. I don't think I'd purchase this. What do you think? Don't forget to comment down below. Take care. Bye now.